So do you really want to know the truth with Jade Cargill? Because in this video, I'm going to break it down. Jade Cargill obviously made a name for herself in AEW, decided to go to WWE, and we've yet to see her make her in-ring debut, but I think a lot of people are overlooking this fact. Look, Jade Cargill, she had the chance to go to WWE years ago, and she decided not to, right? She decided to go to AEW, where they slowly morphed her into this unstoppable, dominant force within their women's division. And they did it in a smart way. They didn't overexpose her in the ring or on the promos, right? She mostly had a manager or just simply just kept her verbiage short. And she was kept out of big matches, if you really think about it. Like, she never shared the ring with a Britt Baker, if you will. Arguably AEW's heart and soul of the women's division and one of their biggest stars. Instead, they decided to book her as the TBS champion. And they booked her against upper to lower tier teams, right? Not teams, but stars, rather. Sorry. And so when you look at the way that they presented her, they obviously kept her very, very strong, right? Tony Khan paid attention to CM Punk's Colt Cabana podcast where he was talking about how he was told by WWE officials to make Roman Reigns look really, really strong. And he did so with Jade Cargill, undefeated, right? And of course, she dropped the title to Chris Statlander at Double or Nothing 2023 and went away for a while. And then came back, did her quick program with Chris Statlander, did the match, put her over again. Again, she puts Chris Statlander over again. And then she went on hiatus. And then there was reports that, okay, WWE is very interested in Jade Cargill. It looks like Jade Cargill could be going to WWE. She could be leaving All Elite Wrestling. And in fact, that's what she did. And since then, the company has made a very, very big deal about her signing. And rightfully so, because Jade Cargill, if you had a list, she checks every box. From the look, from the way that she has charisma, to the way that she carries herself, to the way that she can cut short but effective promos. And she's getting a lot better in the ring, although she's very, very green still, and WWE recognizes that she still is green because they have sent her down to the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, and trained with the other developmental or very, very green NXT stars. So the point of this video, which is the truth about Jade Cargill, is it's not that WWE made this big, impactful signing. No, the truth about Jade Cargill leaving AEW will be remembered in the long run as it was a major, major loss for AEW. AEW clearly has cooled off in recent years, whether that be due to the fact that they lost Cody Rhodes, and then the all-out brawl happened, and then the CM Punk departure and booking and so much more. There's a lot going on within AEW. But they also have these core group of talents in which Tony Khan can build upon, right? It's something that in the future going forward, they can really, really rely on. You look at an MJF as a perfect example as a homegrown talent. They took their time with him, just like they took their time with Jade Cargill. They pushed MJF just like they pushed Jade Cargill. They made him world champion. They made Jade Cargill TBS Women's Champion. But they lost Jade Cargill. And I think when we're talking about going into the future as someone who could make the next crossover from wrestling to acting, I think Jade Cargill is on that list, right? Marvel, give her a call, right? So when we talk about Jade Cargill in that sense, I think it's a bigger loss for AEW than a bigger gain for WWE. And while speaking with Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated around the time that the news came out in late September, she discussed her goals while in WWE going forward. And this is what she had to say. I understand what I'm here for. I want to capture gold and I want to headline WrestleMania, but none of that is handed out. I want to work to create those phenomenal moments. I want to have marquee matches. I want to get people talking. I want to create something bigger for myself. She added that while some fans may not like her, they will tune in to watch her. And since signing with WB, yes, she has not made her in-ring debut, but she has made various appearances on television, whether that be Raw, NXT, SmackDown, premium live events. She's been in backstage segments with the likes of Triple H and Shawn Michaels and etc. She's been seen in the crowd at the Performance Center in NXT during those live broadcasts on the USA Network and or premium live events. Also, I think it's worth noting that there's a lot of talent in WB that is interested in getting in the ring with Jade Cargill and seeing what the former TBS champion can do, including Rhea Ripley, who said this to Sporting News Australia back in October, on October 15th. I'm very excited to see what she brings to WB. I really am. Like you said, she's a big name, and a lot of people are watching and waiting for her debut. We don't know which brand she's going to be on yet. It could be Raw, SmackDown, NXT. No one really knows what's going on. If it is on Raw, I mean, that's my show. Mommy runs Raw. Judgment Day, we run Raw. If Jade wants to come on my brand, then I would love to step in the ring with her and show her exactly why Mommy's always on top, because I have watched bits and pieces of her from time to time in the other brand, in the other company. And she is fantastic, and she believes in herself, and she is a star. She believes that she's a star, which is always the most dangerous thing. When someone believes in themselves, they are hard to stop. I'm waiting for that day that I do get to step in the ring with her. I think it's going to be a very exciting match, and just to have someone that's so physically impressive across the ring from me, it excites me. I love a good challenge, and I'm waiting for that day. And I agree, because as I touched upon at the time, a match with Rhea Ripley or a match with Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Asuka, Bianca Belair. Who am I forgetting? You can just go down the list. I'm sure I'm forgetting some people. Whether it is on the main roster or whether it is in NXT. I mean, can you imagine when WB books Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton down in NXT? Can you imagine how big that match is going to be? How about Lyra Valkyrie, the current NXT Women's Champion, who I just botched her name of? Those are big matches. So you go down the list, and it's like, I can also see this, and I think people have missed this part, but like if you're going down the list in terms of like, okay, who are the top tier talents that I can work with, whether it's WB or AEW? Well, yeah, WB has a much, much deeper and loaded talent roster in the women's division than in AEW, just like I listed. I mean, you go down the top 7 matches that she could do, those are all gigantic programs that is going to draw big money and could arguably headline shows, whether that be on television or premium live events. That's why Jade Cargill went to WB, and that's why she's a major loss for AEW.